Hey, what is up everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you might be knowing that when you buy a Samsung phone in the USA and then you bring the phone to a different country, let's say India, and when you try to use it with the Indian SIM card, some of the calling features might not work. For example, the call recording feature and most importantly, voice over LTE or VoLTE for short won't work. This is because Samsung uses this thing called CSC, country specific code. How do I explain it? So it's like locking the features to one specific country. I am sure there is a better explanation, just Google it. So now you know you can't just flash the Indian firmware onto the US version of the phone. Don't do that, okay? You're going to break your phone. This is because the Indian version of the phone and the US version of the phone uses different processors. The US version of the phone uses the Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 processor, whereas the Indian version of the phone uses the Exynos 8890 processor. So, what happens when you flash the firmware which is made for the Exynos processor onto a Snapdragon device? I think you know the answer to that. Now, you also can't just flash the CSC file from the Indian ROM because these Snapdragon devices bootloaders are very tightly locked and you pretty much can't install anything else other than its own original stock ROM. So we have to find a way around it. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be tricking the phone into thinking that it is installing an OTA update where the files which we are going to be installing as an OTA update will be containing our Indian CSC files. I think you should take only the sec underscore cse.zip file from the Indian ROM. I don't know how to do it exactly. One of the developers did it. Oh, and by the way, I think this will only work on the unlocked variants of the phone, which in this case is the SMG935U model of the Galaxy S7 Edge. Alright, now enough talking, let's move on. So yeah, you need to download this zip file. The link will be in the description down below. Just hit the download button and the download is going to start. I'm not going to download it as I have already downloaded it. So now what you need to do is you need to copy this file as it is to your phone's SD card, not your internal storage, to your phone's SD card. Now there is another method where you can use the ADB tools from your PC to send the update package, but I think this is much simpler. So yeah, you have to copy this to your phone's SD card. Now make sure the Indian SIM that you are using is in the phone this whole time. So I'm gonna insert mine. There we go. And also turn off the Wi-Fi. Alright, once you have done that, we can copy the file to our phone's SD card. I'm gonna plug in my phone, head out to the SD card, and you can just drop it in the root of the SD card. It's fine, there's no problem. Once that is done, you can go ahead and eject your phone, and then we can move on to booting the phone into the recovery mode. Alright, so before we install the zip file, as you can see, there is no voice over LTE option, and it's also not showing the VoLTE icon next to the LTE icon over here. So yeah, there's no voice over LTE. Okay, now let's go ahead and install the zip file. So first we need to boot the phone into the recovery mode. So to do that, first power off your phone. Once your phone is completely powered off, to boot into the recovery mode, you need to press and hold the volume up button, the power button and the home button all at the same time until you see the recovery mode text on the top left corner, recovery booting. Now you can let go of the buttons, I think. Yeah, now just wait for this to, I don't know, it says installing system update, but there is no update to install. I don't know what's it doing. Alright, once it is booted into the recovery mode, you need to highlight apply update from SD card. You can navigate using the volume buttons and then you can select using the power button. I don't think you can see it correctly. Hold on a second. Okay, now you might be able to see it correctly. So use the volume buttons to navigate. So you need to highlight apply update from SD card. Once that is highlighted, you can use the power button to select. And then now just you need to find where you have put the CSC zip file. So mine is right over here, the second line. That's because I put the CSC file in the root of the SD card. So I'm going to highlight that CSC 2020 s7h.zip and then press the power button. and now it's going to start the updating process. Now just let it install the zip file. Alright, once that's done, as you can see, it says rebooting, and now it's gonna reboot the phone automatically. And now after the phone finishes its booting, we should have voice over LTE working. So yeah, let's check. Alright, now let's unlock the phone. It's just finishing Android update, so let it finish. Okay, I'm gonna unlock the phone. As you can see, our icon is changed from LTE to 4G. That's okay. Now we have to wait for it to display the VoLTE voice over LTE icon. Alright, and as you can see, we got the voice over LTE icon over there. Let's head over to settings, connections, mobile networks, and as you can see, voice over LTE calls, VoLTE calls turn on enhanced communication using LTE data. So as you can see, that is turned on, and VoLTE also works. Let me just make a sample call. Yeah, I'm just gonna call my mom. Her phone is right here. And as you can see, the HD icon is coming over here, so that means the call is going over the LTE. And as you can see in my mom's phone, I am getting the call. Just like to answer. So yeah, we can cut the call. So yeah guys, we got voice over LTE working on a US phone with the Indian SIM card. So yeah, that is it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.